Hi, my name is Vanessa and I am going to be talking about family constellations right now and why you might want to consider it as a way of healing what might be happening with inside of you or with inside of your family. It's actually what they call a phenomenological approach. That's a big word. And it's a phenomenon because it seems that around us and within us we have a knowing field, what they call the knowing field, or a matrix of information. And this has actually been confirmed by a number of other outside bodies. It's not just this therapy that believes that. The phenomenon occurs because when we get together a bunch of people that don't know you, and we have a workshop, a family constellation workshop, and you bring an issue, and it might be a relationship, and we might ask total strangers to step in and represent not only yourself but the relationship that you're having an issue with. You as the observer get to sit back, and people that are representing are not role playing, it's not an acting thing, but what they're doing is they're feeling into the energy of you and feeling into the energy of the relationship that you have the problem with. And we ask them, as the facilitator, we will ask them to check in within themselves, whether they're feeling anything physically, any emotions that come up, anything that comes to mind, their self-talk. And invariably what happens is that they start revealing what's happening within this issue. They start revealing the story of what exists, of what is there, the dysfunction, as well as the functional. And being an observer, you get to look at that and see whether that fits within your understanding. And invariably, you'll find that it does. So that's the phenomenon, that strangers can suddenly tune in to what's going on in your situation. The next good part about it is that we can make some changes, some movements within the family constellation, the dynamic that actually make it work better for you and for the other people that you're in relationship with. And we can do some healing. So the healing can be done at a very profound level. And I know I've certainly experienced this, and I've certainly witnessed it over and over again. So the history of family constellation comes from Bert Hellinger. He is still a priest, and he studied the Zulu tribes, the traditional tribes of Africa, for 15 years and found that there's a natural order to love and a natural order within a family, that when it exists, it creates a healthy structure. And when it doesn't exist, issues show up. Now, issues can be anything from mental health, physical health, illnesses within the family, anxiety. It can also be relationship problems, relationship dynamic problems, relationship problems with your partner is a very common one that we have. And these issues can sometimes stem back from our family of origin, things that have happened in our childhood or even further back. So what he observed is that sometimes when big tragedies happen in families, and I'm talking about things like war, which many of us have in our ancestry, illness, early deaths, babies that die, or miscarriages, or even abortions, or a parent that died early. And blended families bring a whole new complex level of dynamic to the family. That these issues change the family, and if they're not done in a way that is healthy and healing, then the family dynamic is affected, the balance is out, and you start having a dysfunctional family. And that dysfunction is then carried down to the child, and then that child grows up, has their own family, and the dysfunction exists again. So family constellations is all about rebalancing the energy within the family so that functional can occur again, and we can leave the dysfunctional behind. There's a lot of complexities to family constellation therapy, which are really hard to explain, but all I can say to you is that the healing is profound and it is instant, and it affects not only yourself but the people that you're in relationship with. So if that speaks to you, it feels like that it could be something that could help you in your current situation. And I mean, if you've got a systemic problem, so a relationship problem or a health problem that you've tried everything with, I would urge you to try a family constellation session around that. And we can do it within a session, so one-on-one we can do it, or we can do it within a workshop, which also provides incredible healing as well. So if that speaks to you, then check out my workshops or contact me for a one-on-one session.